She's dead, guys. Yes, not dying. You heard right. She's dead. Literally dead. It's a horrible day. But before this day closed, she kept three important messages for me. And I know this message is so important to you as well. So, before this horrible day close, I want to record those messages for you as well. Okay, this will be a short video, just stay tuned. Okay, what happened? If you remember the last video I recorded, I told my MacBook fan is not stopping, right? It's spinning like hell. It doesn't stop at all. So yesterday night it worked fine, and when I checked today morning, it's dead. No power, no blinks, no fan, nothing. It's completely dead. Actually, when I tell this to one of my friend, Mihidu, one of my other fellow architect, and he said, okay, you said that fan was not stopping, right? Maybe that. It gave indication that it's going to die, but I didn't realize that. But now it's gone. So what are the three important messages she kept me before she died? So I'll tell long story in short. Today morning when I tried to start work, it didn't start. Nothing, it just gone. So then I called Virtuosa and informed, hey, my laptop is not working. And they said, okay, we will start the repair process. Actually, there is nothing much they can do because as you all know, in Sri Lanka, we have a fuel crisis and we can't go anywhere. And there is no way we send this to repair and go there and check and do anything as usual days because we don't have fuel. So in other words, because of the economic crisis Sri Lanka going through, there is no way they can buy me a new MacBook soon, right? Maybe stock not available. It take weeks and months, right? So they were helpless, to be honest, and I'm helpless too because I want to work but I can't work, right? And then I took a call from one of my other friend, Varna, and he's a project manager for another project. And then I said, Varna, hey. He said, hey, Krish, after a long time. Then I said, yeah, I need help. And I said, okay, go ahead, tell me. So I said, do you have any MacBook Pro by any chance? He said, yes. What? Wow, can you loan it for me? Then he said, yes. He didn't hesitate at any second. He said, yes. Then he took Buddhika into the call. Buddhika is one of my friend, and he's a fellow YouTuber as well. If you are watching this from Sri Lanka, and if you understand Sinhala, go and watch his channel, and it's a good travel channel. He's a fellow YouTuber. And he said, Varna said, Buddhika, you have a MacBook, right? Extra MacBook. Can you give it to Krish? Then he said, yes. So this is the lesson number 1. Guys, make people, connect with people and make friends. Because at some point, you need them. So stay away from the virtual friend in the Facebook, but have a real friend. Connect with the real people in your life. Because at some point, you need that connections, right? So they could easily say no because they're not bound to give their MacBook for me, right? But they immediately say no, not even took 1 second Varna to say yes. He just immediately say yes because he trusts me, right? Because the connection we have. So it is nothing that I can do if he said no, right? So therefore, lesson number 1, make real people. At some point, you need them. Now in the matter of bringing that from here to there to here, and it take maybe days because of the current situation. In usual days, I could have go and pick it, but not now. So that's lesson number 1. So lesson number 2, I'm telling this all the people I work with. I push my entire team to do this. Guys, push your code every single day. Because at GitHub, there is no number of limit of commits. You can push any number of commits. Just push it. Before you close your day, push your work. Don't trust these electronic devices. Doesn't matter it come from the Apple or doesn't matter it come from Microsoft or Dell or HP. Doesn't matter how good they are. It is not their fault. These are electronic devices, right? It can crash at any given time. So please push your code every single day before you finish your work. I gave that advice every single day to my people and I followed that. So as a result, yesterday night I pushed my cord, and today morning, wow, my laptop doesn't work, but I have all my work, right? Yeah, I missed few works because there was a few R&D project I was doing, and there were some other experimental things I was doing, and I couldn't push those things. Those are not much important, and it is not some production value. It doesn't have any impact to my project, but literally all the work I was doing, I had. So the lesson number 2: push your work every single day before you close your work. Right? So sometimes you don't push work because you feel bad. It's ugly. It's not a finished work, right? But now, end of the day, I will have hundreds of commits in my GitHub. It's bad. It's fine. You don't have 100 of commits. So once you come to a stable stage, just go there and rebase. That's why GitHub has something called rebase, right? You can do it. Just go ahead and do it. That's so important, right? So I mean, it's okay. Your commit looks ugly, then you're losing your work. Okay, so push it. So lesson number 3. This is not a much critical thing, but it's nice to have one. If you're using a Visual Studio Code, you can sign into Visual Studio Code using your Microsoft or GitHub account. Okay. So once you do that, they sync all your settings and all your plugins and all your extension, everything into GitHub. So as a result, when you're logging to a new machine, you just get your entire, your familiar develop environment into your new machine. You don't feel it's a new machine because you have all the extensions, you have all your styles, everything what you use, right? Is really good. I mean, I don't know about other IDEs, and if it is a non-Java, I prefer VS Code. If it is a Java, I go with the IntelliJ. I think both these IDEs, these IDEs has this feature, so use that. And the last message she kept me: if you are an Apple user, especially if you are using a MacBook Pro come late 2017, which is touch bar, right? And even it doesn't matter, just go and check how your hardware is structured. Because it apparently MacBook came after 2017 with a touch bar. The SSD is soldered to the board. You cannot unplug the hard drive and plug into new one, right? If your board is damaged, if your motherboard is damaged, then completely your data gone forever, right? I understand there are third-party data recovery people and the data recovery technicians. They do the data recovery from the dead boards, right? But they are doing that by giving a third-party repair to the board, right? The Apple process is, if you replace the board, you need to send the old one, or you can go for third-party repair. But when you go to third-party repair, it can go right, it can go wrong. So both. So there's a high chance you will lost your data forever. So doesn't matter either it's a MacBook or not. Even it's a non-soldered SSDs, your SSD can damage, right? Even if you are not using SSD, even if you are using a usual classic hard drive, your hard drive can be faulty and may stop reading, right? So therefore, just back up your important data. That's so important, because otherwise your life will stop. All right. So sometimes we feel like, okay, what do I do now? Okay. Yesterday when I realized I can't work on my laptop, and when I realized my MacBook is gone, I was literally, what do I do now? Because our workflow is completely binded with the devices we use. It's a small video, but now you have one thing to do, right? So once you're done with this video, close it, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe it, and like or comment if you have something to tell. Then go back to your laptop or go back to your desktop and find what are the most important files you have and back up those. Guys, do it, right? Do it when your machine is working. Do it before your hard drive dies. Take your backups and store in a secure place, and also update the backups. Right? A lot of people do backup, but they don't update the backup. So as a result, your backup may be 2 months old, 3 months old, right? Have a habit every single week, do this backup, or use something like a time machine or some sort of a backup methodology. So then your laptop or desktop will automatically back up to your external hard drive. Go ahead and do it now.